prior knowledge. So we're going to read our objective all together, and then we're going to go through our prior knowledge, what we already know about that objective. Okay? So our objective is over here on the board.
1-2 box and the red shiny arrow.
Good, next to the red shiny arrow and the orange 1-2 box. Ready?
I
can.
I can.
Oh, I did not hear everybody. I can. Draw and write. At least 2 connections. To thank you, Mr. Falker. Using sentence starters. And prior knowledge. Okay, what do we already know about this objective? Joseph.
We're writing connections about thanking Mr. Falker.
We're writing connections. Do you guys remember? Everybody close your eyes. Do you guys remember what that's called when we make connections?
Yes.
Show me the hand signal. I see Joseph making the hand signal. I see almost everybody. Luna, where is this in the room? If we don't remember what making connections means, where can we look in the room?
In the board.
On the board. Okay, Joseph.
We can find connections anywhere.
So we can find connections anywhere, but if we need to see our anchor chart, we're not sure what making connections means. Remember, we talked about this way back in October and September, okay? And Ms. Nichols noticed that we were having kind of a hard time making connections. So that's why we're going to work on that today when we're reading Thank You, Mr. Falker. Okay, so this anchor chart is on the We Can wall, which means that we've already learned how to do it, and we just need a little bit of a refresher. Luna, you have a question about that?
The picture is like all the things are together.
Good, so all the things connect together. What things?
The circles, the triangles, and the words.
The circles, the triangles, and the words. Oh, so here's what I picture when you say that. We know that connections can happen between us and what?
Others.
Us and others. Okay. So it could be the characters that we see in the text. What else?
Our friends.
Our friends. So I'm going to draw the book because we know that we can have text to self connections. Good. What else can we have? Text to
Friends.
friends.
To persons. Technical features.
We can use our text features to help us. Okay. So we have text to self. So that means it relates to our lives. We also have text to, see if you can picture,
Earth.
what am I drawing?
Earth.
Earth. Text to world connections, things that are happening other places in the world. And last one.
I see Earth. Text to book.
Text to text. Oh, this reminds me of something else I've read before. Okay. So those are the kinds of connections that we're working on today. Any other prior knowledge about this objective? What else do we know about this objective? Joseph.
I don't want to think about the subjective. We are writing something about what happened to us or one of our family members.
So Joseph said we're writing, so we can use words for this objective. What else could we use?
We can use
Kevin?
We can use wait, what did Joseph say?
Joseph said we can use words.
We can use pictures.
We can also use pictures. Where are you going to put these words and pictures?
In the book.
In our book, in our reading response journal. Okay? So, while Ms. Nichols is reading today, we are going to continue working in our reading response journals. Can I have everybody get out your reading response journals? I see Kevin's got his out. His name is on the cover, so he knows that it's his reading response journal and nobody else's. Thank you, Damien.
Where's mine?
I would look in the back, Alex. Like way back here. There you go. Okay, So our reading response journals, this is the place, just like Kevin said, this is where you are going to write or draw your connections. Okay? And I know that we all have connections to this story because that's why I picked it out. This girl, Trisha, we see her in kindergarten, in first grade, in second grade, just like you guys, and in third grade. And in all those grades, what is she having a hard time doing?
Reading.
Reading. Why do you guys come to Resource?
To read.
To read, to learn how to read words and sentences, and pretty soon whole books. Okay, so that's why we chose this. While I'm reading, in your reading response journal, you're practicing making those connections. Because while we're reading, we should always be thinking, what does this remind me of? What connections do I have to this story? Okay, so Ms. Nichols picked 3 sentence starters for you guys to help us with our reading. Okay.